I have the distinct honor to invite His Lordship Bishop Patide Taban to give us his insights regarding the topic, the theme that we are discussing today. Your Lordship, you are highly welcome. Thank you very much.
And so, you want to know, I am Bishop Patide Taban, Abraham Kenny, Bishop Emeritus of Catholic Diocese and founder of the Holy Trinity Peace Village in Kuro. 1 hour and 25 minutes drive with the map. Just at the border of Ethiopia. People say, why? Why? Because during the war, I was driving all over with the car in the bush, sometimes sleeping, and then I discovered the people who are there call themselves, the neighbors are calling themselves enemies. There's no name for neighbors. That's why the peace village is there. So now they call themselves brothers. The name enemies disappeared. So I want to say, I was born in 1936. I know the year, the month I put of my ordination. The day and the month of my ordination, but the year I knew very well. Now, 1936, you know now how old I am. So next year, in May, I will be 84 years young. So now you talk of universities, of this. My university is that of Jesus Christ. That is of St. Peter and Paul and all the 12 apostles. That is where I studied my university, my college, Jesus Christ. That is my university. And most of the things is from the life of Jesus Christ. That is how my university comes out. Even about peace, I learned from Jesus Christ, from the apostles, from those who are more. There is this book here. This book is about leadership. It has got all, from the Genesis up to the last page, is all about leadership. And this book tells, if you want to be a leader, a good leader, for the people, with the people, in the people, learn this book. All leadership comes from here. And the title is here, Maxwell Leadership Bible. And it is from the Genesis up to the last, the Gospel, the letters of St. John, all. Every chapter is speaking about a good leadership. And the second here is about forgiveness and loving each other. That is, you will hear, these are my best friends. And this book, I move with them. The book of joy. That is, the book is of Desmond Tutu and Dalai Lama. They speak of forgiveness, and they are from different. One is an Orthodox, and the other is a Buddhist. And they love themselves if they are belonging to one religion. This is a very good book. I would ask the university to have these books in the library. And this is another book. I go with it everywhere. That is the source book of inspiration. That is quotations, anecdotes, humor, and proverbs. You see, it is so old because I move with it everywhere. These books, of course, the book some people love is the book written about me, not by me, but somebody who went to crawl and remain for 1 full month, day and night writing story from the womb of my mother up to 2005. Peace deserves a chance. Another book, you can find this one, but they print it every month it's finished in Catholic bookshop, St. Paul's. Traveling with Soldiers and the Bishops. That's another book you will find. So I want just to say clearly here that what I want to tell, most of them have been told by these young people. I want to talk to the youth, especially in the university. They said there will be another lecture. Maybe next time will be about leadership. And this time, actually, I made in general, but it is a healing. What is called the healing of the healers was started by the New Sudan Council of Churches, which Bishop Nathaniel and myself found during the war to help the people under the SPLA all over the South Sudan, up to Nuba Mountains. And this healing of the healer is now being carried around by Father Paul Boyle, who was our coordinator, to heal people. We are sitting here, when we talk about the traumatized people, we are all traumatized. Don't say that we talk to other people. We are traumatized. Let there be shooting here, you see. Who will not fall down on the ground if there is shooting around? Some will go under this table. That is trauma. But we who went under trauma healing, even though you shoot, I just sit here as if nothing is happening. Because we all are traumatized. The reason is that when you work with traumatized people, you inhale their trauma. You inhale the trauma, so you become traumatized. When peace was signed, we thanked the Bishop of Germany. They had over 1 million euro to have the trauma got out of the bishops, Catholic bishops. We were taken to Mombasa, along the beach. We ran in underwear. And you see some bishops, when you take the trousers, they begin to tremble. That is trauma. And we were also to go together in the sauna. Wow, that was not good. It never happened in the history of the beach. And that is trauma. We entered there, we begin to, some of them crying, some of us crying, because, and that is getting out the trauma of us. We wanted all our leaders also to go through trauma. Don't think that all this war is going because our people are traumatized. Even our top leaders are traumatized. Let them accept it. And we wanted this 1 million to be also extended to our leaders. And they need to go under trauma healing. I am one of the healers. When I go now among the people, I don't know what do they see. Even children rush to me. What have I? There is something they read. That's why when a small child is here and a snake comes, they can play with the snake. The snake will never bite a child. The reason is that they know that reaction in them. But a big person, immediately, that reaction of ours makes the snake also to react. But a child doesn't. And that is what we have in the trauma. I can tell you one thing. During the war, because when the government, the regime, Khartoum regime took Tori in 92, I moved my headquarters near Lokichokyo, just 46 kilometers from Kenya. Why? Because I could travel out when I want to go and come. And I get radio messages from other places, Nimule or somewhere, that please, Bishop, don't come here. Don't come to the mission. I'm Nimule. Don't come. Why? We heard the commander say, if you come here, he will kill you. And that's the time when I fuel my car and drive to Nimule. And I drive through Uganda because I could not drive through Torit or Kapoita. I drive through Uganda, through Kenya, Uganda, and come to Nimule direct. 7 a.m. I'm at the door of the commander. Finding that the wife is preparing some tea. Hey, madam, where is the commander? He is still in the room. Commander, the bishop is here. He runs out and we hug each other. We talk and tell his stories. And so after that, we drink coffee together. And then I drive to the mission. The people begin funeral. Hey, Bishop, why did you come? The commander is going to kill you. I say, we were just now drinking tea with the commander. So you can disarm people with the love, not with the gun. Disarm your friend, anyone who called you an enemy, disarm with the love, with forgiveness. As they said, today the difficulties of our war here is fear. Fear is too much. Fear because something bad happened. We have to remove this fear. Fear is a trauma. Sometimes fear will make even your knees, you cannot stand. Anger. Why be angry? If you are right, you need not get angry. And if you are wrong, then you don't have any right even to get angry. It is here. It is here. If you are wrong, you don't have any right to get angry. And if you are right, you don't have any need to get angry. So, anger. Hatred. What is that hatred? What for? The best thing to do something good for people is detachment. You detach yourself from powers, for many things. Detach yourself. If you hang on anything, that is the danger. Detachment. Many problems where we don't have any problem, we have this problem is lack of detachment. If I go to the village where I live in the villages, they call me, how are you, Patide? I'm happy. But one day, during the time of Idi Amin, a general, who came from there, I said, how are you, Mr. So-and-so? Say, I'm not Mr. So-and-so, I'm Brigadier so-and-so. I said, where is your brigade? Brigadier cannot be without brigade. Where is your brigade? Well, somebody, I don't need to be called, even my mother never called me bishop. Who is my mother? The one who called me Taban, that's the one who loved me like my mother. I don't like titles. These titles are the one very dangerous also. So these are some of the few things I would like to share that. Here we would like to look at our people to be, what is peace really? What is peace? When people ask, what is peace? When you go to the area where I may be, you find people move with a gun, people are there, you hear that stanketos were ready there. What is peace? Peace is not a place where there is no trouble, where there is no quarrel, where there is no fight, where there is no war, where there is no hard work. Peace is a place you live in the midst of those people with a very calm and happy heart. That is peace. You see, my friends here, the ambassadors, you are living here not because you live among all these things, problems, with a very cool heart and ready to do something. That is peace. Many people think that peace, you never found people quarreling. You never have any problem. You have never, no, that is not the case. The best thing people need is service. We talk about trauma. One day, the governor went to the area of the Peace Village. He came with the soldiers, with the police, and so on. The people were looking. What is that? They were looking. So the governor came and said, I am the governor. So some of them say, what is the meaning of the governor? They were asking the meaning of governor. The governor explained again and again and again and again. They didn't understand. Then at the end, the government got tired and said, and this man sitting among you here. They said, this man sitting among us here, this is our God. Before this man came here, we didn't know that we were human beings. The people want to know that they are human beings. That is what the people want. They want to be human beings. Why I retired there? Because that area, some people are found there, no human being had touched their head since the time of colonial time. So if I retire in Juba, I've done nothing. If I retire in Nimula, I've done nothing. Why? Because in some places, over 80% of people are educated. And when you find zero in a place, if you don't make people equal, the other of jealousy can become enemy to the others. What you have to do is, all the neighbors, you have to know that they are able to do something. And they will begin to love themselves as equal. And that's the most important thing that we have to have in our life, in whatever we do. So here we have to be the healing of the people. We have talked about hospitals, about what? About fortune tellers, about the cultures. Some cultures are not bad, but we have to improve it. We have to improve. Around the Peace Village, they bring you a person to the hospital when they try in their traditional way, when they are bringing already somebody who is about to die. So they want to try first in their traditional way. But now they discover. I tell you, one man finished maybe 20 cows giving to a fortune teller because he was suffering difficulties of urinating. When he was brought to the clinic, in 5 minutes, he began urinating. He began crying, I spoiled all my cows, my cows. Where are my cows? I said, you spoiled it already. And now nobody of them is going to the fortune tellers. They discover it is by practice, not by words. Let them see something practical. Before a woman, before delivery, all the community, they beat. Everybody get a lash, beating, you hear them shouting. I hear shouting. Why is that? Because we want to make the body to pain so that he forget about the so when he forget that, the child will come because the body is paining here. So now they have to stop. Because when we go to the clinic, they deliver immediately. They are assisted. One day, a nurse put a hand in the woman suffering, put a hand, and a wood pricked the nurse's hand because they want to get with a piece of wood to put the child out. You see, these are things, the difficulties people are facing. A woman walked 100 kilometers. When she arrived, she was lucky. She was helped and delivered triplets. And that immediately I put in my Christmas message. So we have to see here, people want someone to help them. people want to see positive things. The reason is that why I'm still active, because when I became priest, my motto was, help your brothers and sisters in their difficulties. And when I became bishop, God is love. That's my motto. Love. Help your brothers and sisters in their difficulties, and God is love. These two mottos is the one pushing me in my life. Because love is not something which is to be paid. Love is like a child of God. Love gives itself. Love protects. Love remains always within people. Love is a protector. So that's why my motto, God is love. And so even these words here, every day, if you see here, I came here with this is sport boot, not with the shoes, because this is what I do every morning. And even the T-shirt inside, if you want, I put now, it is just a dress for sports. And this is how to get trauma out. And I repeat this word: love, joy, peace, patience, compassion, sympathy, kindness, truthfulness, gentleness, self-control, humility, poverty, forgiveness, mercy, friendship, trust, unity, purity, faith, hope. These are 20. I love you, I miss you, thank you, I forgive, we forget, together, I am wrong, I am sorry. Understanding, discernment, wisdom. If we are right, then you need not get angry. And if we are wrong, then you don't have any need to get angry. Patience with family is love. Patience with others is respect. Patience with oneself is confidence. Patience with God is faith. Never think hard about the past, it brings tears. And don't think more about the future, it brings fears. These are words, don't it bring fears? Live these moments with a smile, it brings cheers. Every test in ourselves makes us bitter or better. Every problem breaks us or makes us. The choice is ours. Whether we become victims or victorious. Beautiful things are not always good, but good things are always beautiful. You put your hand like this. And do you know why God created gap between fingers? Do you know why? So that somebody who is special to you come to fill these gaps by holding your hand forever. And this is the meaning of the gaps in our hand. To allow somebody to come and fill it and hold you forever. Especially good for those who are married. Without this gap, you cannot hold each other like this and move. And say, honey, honey, honey. So these are some of the few things I would like to share with you. I think I have many things to share, but if time is getting out, please don't fear to stop me. So that's the most important. And this I give to those, especially ambassadors who are not here and those who are. I made this every time I made already thousands and thousands. Even you will find in the parliaments in England, in Norway, in many parts. And you will find with our ambassadors who came early here. Those who don't have, you can have there. And then there is, you say, why, Bishop, are you not getting old like this? How? Why are you able to make this? There is secret of ripe old age. Worry less, play more. Write less, work more. Don't go always by car. Walk more, ride less. Frown less, smile more. No, smile more. That is the strength. It will help you for ripe old age. Eat less, chew more. I think this is one of the things. Eat less and chew more. Drink less and breathe more. Talk less and act more. Waste less and save more. Go less and rest more. These are 8. This is a secret for ripe old age. So, these are few things which I would like to share with you. I would not like to take all your time. I'll leave the balance for the next time. I don't like to waste more. I have to save more. So, I think if you go now to the Peace Village, we are working between Boma, Murle, Jie, Kachipo. And then we have Nyangatom on the border of Ethiopia also. And then we have the other group. They come for worship and go. And now we have got Anyok from South Africa. They are bringing youth from all of South Sudan and from refugees camp to Kuron for retreat. IGAD wanted to go this year for retreat. We say, we have no accommodation. You are all diploma. You cannot sleep in the tent. So we have only 5 or 6 self-contained rooms. So this is how we are trying. And there is a problem we have about people who are traumatized or mad, mental sick. You cannot approach all this. In Juba here, there are head of communities. Now we are dealing with the head communities. If we have got 50 villages, we bring their head of community and teach them. They go and share with their people. Before the youth passing by our home, a compound of the staff, they shoot bullets, they throw in stone. But when we bring the head of the community and have meeting, this disappear. Because they gave them the message. We have even community leaders, chiefs and so on, brought from all over the state. We give them the message. They go and share with their community. So we cannot approach people individually, but through their members of the community. That's the most important. But we know, because people grow up with some culture which are not good. Now we are planning for the longer future. We want to change people from the nursery school. So we have around 11 or 15 villages around us. We want to open nursery school in all these places so that we can change the next future people. Because other people are traumatized already, and these young children are not yet. We don't like them to be traumatized. We want to help them to change the community. Why? I went to see Dr. John Garang when he was in Nairobi. The last born, Atong, loved me so much. I went there. A minister came to see Dr. John. They brought a table and put some handkerchief on the top. And when the minister was sitting, when they went to bring the tea and so on, the wind came and blew this cloth down. The minister was sitting, looking. The child from nursery school came and so said, "Hey, sir, don't you see that cloth has fallen down? Sir, don't you see? Please take it up and put it back properly." And that's why I'm really looking at nursery school. Because even as a young priest, I used to preach on Sunday. But I get before going to preach on Sunday, I visit the nursery school. They tell me story of their family, the difficulty they have in their family. When I preach on Sunday, the people are wondering, this father doesn't come to see us. Where is he finding all the problems that we are facing? I collected from the nursery school. So I would not like to take all your time. I would go on telling you stories, history. The trauma we can take, provided that we have love. Because I went in one of the village, there was a lady. When a visitor comes, she goes and disturbs, even have naked and shouting. And people before, when they hear the visitor coming, they look for that lady and tie her with rope and put fire. But when I came, she saw me, she rushed and caught me before people could catch her and tie her up. The people wanted to come and take from my hand. I said, don't take her. You prepare for the prayer. When they prepared the place for the prayer, I dressed. I put a nice chair for myself and for her. She was sitting near me. And so she was saying, don't you see now? I am also big. So I said my prayer. And when the meal was brought, I said, you said my meal together. We ate together with her. She was so happy. And when I was leaving, she was crying. Many of our people miss love. In the family, everywhere they miss it. That is what I can tell you. They miss love. When I was even auxiliary bishop in Juba in 1980, there was a madman near the hospital. When people are coming from work with his stones, he stones people. When I hear from my office people running and people shouting, I come out. What do? I don't do anything. I just take also a stone and join him in stoning people. And then he stop and laugh, and then and then we go with him to the office and we drink tea together. You see, people need love. People need attention. This is the problem our people are facing. People need attention. Thank you, Mandela. Thank you, all the rest. Thank you. I'm happy to be here and to come and share with you. I have many. It is a book, so don't be afraid. Thank you very much.
Bakita Radio.
Radio Bakita.
صوت الكنيسة.
The voice of the church.